brought to you by KhannaForKids.com, KHANNA for kids. It's a good morning news bite, a small taste of what's going on in the news and what's exciting. We talk about it every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a little bit after 9 o'clock. Please join us. We are always looking to get young people on with us. Today we have Kevin Ruda. Is that pronounced right? Right, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay, we have Kevin with us. He's going to be joining us after Dr. Khanna gives a short speech. Today's speech is basically on giving the history of the Supreme Court. So we're going to be talking about that. Dr. Khanna is a lawyer, attorney. He is a servant of the underserved. He is also a champion of the nonprofit Voice of the Kids. He is a child safety advocate, and he advocates for children's issues. Today, we're going to talk about some background for what the Supreme Court is, because it's really in the news a lot today. Without any more background, Dr. Khanna, good morning.
Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, kids. I know this is a news bite, so I'm not going to give too much about the news, but just going to give you enough bite so that everybody can do a research and Google and get more substance on it. So the whole purpose of this news bite is to educate the youth, young adults, children from the age of 10 to 25 to understand what is the current situation going on in United States. Well, today, a lot of talk is going on since last 2 weeks, not today, last 2 weeks about Supreme Court, because we are trying to appoint a Supreme Court justice, because we lost one Supreme Court justice a few weeks ago. So therefore, I thought that maybe this would be a good idea based on Gary's suggestion that let's talk about Supreme Court. Does all of you know what Supreme Court is? Well, I'm sure you heard of the term Supreme Court, but in abbreviation, it's also called the Supreme Court of the United States. It's called SCOTUS, SCOTUS, that is Supreme Court of the United States. Okay, whoever thought of this abbreviation, SCOTUS? Okay, it is the highest federal court in the country, and it is the head of the judicial branch of the government. If you guys remember, a few weeks ago or a month ago, we gave you a little news bite on the 3 branches of the government. And those are executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Okay, and that judicial branch is the head of this branch, which is the Supreme Court. It was established by the US Constitution. The Supreme Court has the ultimate evaluating or ultimate jurisdiction over all laws within the United States and is responsible for evaluating the constitutionality of all those laws. So we have all laws, right? In this country or any country you go, there are laws, the land of the laws, right? So United States also has laws, but who manages them? Who controls them? Who establishes them? Well, US Constitution establishes them, but who ultimately oversees that? Who is the jurisdiction? Who is controller to ensure that everybody is following the law? That is the Supreme Court. That's why when you violate a law, you get a ticket. And if you again violate the ticket, then you go to the court. And that's where the court system starts. The entire judicial court system, okay, starts from, if we take the waterfall model, then it comes from the Supreme Court. Okay. And if you take the pyramid model, it comes from the bottom, from the lower court, all the way to the Supreme Court. But Supreme Court is the one who handles and who controls the activities of the judicial branch. The Supreme Court was established in 1789. Okay, couple of years before Kevin was even born, right, Kevin? The Supreme Court was established in 1789 by Article 3 of the United States Constitution, which also granted Congress the power to create inferior federal courts. I just spoke about different court system, right? So The Supreme Court was established in 1789, and it gave the power to the Congress to start creating the inferior federal courts. The Constitution permitted Congress to decide the organization of the Supreme Court, and the legislative branch first exercised this power when? In 1789. When was that? Well, that's the act signed into law by President George Bush. No, I correct. It is George Washington. Both the names are same, George Bush or George Washington, right? So that's when the act was signed into a law. Specified that the court would be made up of 6 justices who would serve on the court until they died or retired. Well, we spoke about this, about the number of justices in the Supreme Court. At those days in 1789, when it started, it was 6 justices, and then eventually it evolved, it grew, and now we have 9 justices. So we are not going to talk about those non-justices because we did speak about that before. So all we are doing is talking about the Supreme Court, giving you a little bite. What is Supreme Court? When was it established, and how it was established, and then how it is important in our United States judicial system. Though the first court comprised 6 justices, Congress altered the number of the Supreme Court seats, right? So it took them 151 years. Congress set the number of seats to 9, okay, where it was remained until today for 151 years. There has been much talk recently about expanding the number of judges on the Supreme Court. Why is this an issue? Well, again, let's not talk political because, these are all political things that, somebody wants to increase the Supreme Court seats. It was 6, now it is 9. Maybe tomorrow or down the road, maybe our grandchildren will see it could be 19 or 18, who knows? But that's not what the purpose of Supreme Court is, how many justices are there. The purpose, I want you all to understand that the Supreme Court is the highest authority to manage, to control the laws which has been established by the Constitution. So that is the activity of the Supreme Court. Nobody is above the Supreme Court, not even the president, not even the Congress, not even the Senate. Everybody has to follow law because Supreme Court establishes and follows the law based on the US Constitution. So that's been said. I think that's enough for you all to take this bite about Supreme Court and the history, when it started and how it evolved from 6 justices to 9 justices today. So now I would like Gary to kind of introduce formally to Kevin, who is in our Zoom today. I'm really thankful to Kevin for joining us as a young adult, I would say, and kind of give his share. But before I ask him the question, if Gary, you add anything to the Supreme Court, please do.
Thank you very much. I think that was a great background, Dr. Khanna. We appreciate it. Listen, we've had 2 young people on our show this week. We've had Valley on Monday, if you remember, and now Kevin is joining us. So if you are young, anybody under 25, and you'd like to be on the show, please contact us at contactk.com, contactk.com, K for Connor, and fill out the form and we'll get back to you. If you're under 18, you have to fill out your parents will have to fill out an okay. If not, if you're over 18, we'd love to have you on. So please contact us. So Kevin, where are you from?
Hello, I'm from Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, very good. So Dr. Khanna, you have some questions for Kevin this morning.
Kevin, thank you very much for joining today. The whole purpose of you joining here so that your voice could be heard by many others like you or younger than you or older than you. Because if your voice has been heard by me and the media, because young adults are the future of this country. Young adults are the backbone of this country. So we are having a lot of non-motivated young adults, those who really don't care about what is going on because they have a thinking that nobody listens to them. I'm just a child, or I'm just a young person. Who is going to listen to me? Well, you know what? We want to listen to all of you, starting from 10 to 25. If you're in that age group, please reach out to us. We want to listen to you. I want to listen to you. Gary wants to listen to you, because we want to take this message, whatever you are going to give, as a ripple effect to others, so that we can make a movement. Somebody the other day called, oh, I want to join your movement. I never thought about, well, did we create a movement here? Well, that's nice. So we are creating a movement here for helping all the children, young adults and youth to give their voice out. So my first question, Kevin, would be to you is, I know you are a college student, you're going to university, and what do you think? What type of challenges are you facing as a college student due to this wonderful COVID-19 pandemic going on? So that, how do you see any challenges?
So since this COVID happened, we went from having in-person lectures to having like now online. And this really affected the classes that you need hands-on experience, like labs. So we went from like having chemicals on in each of our hands to like watching or reading what the reactions do instead of like seeing physically how the reactions occur. So like it really changed the way the learning experience happens in college. And some people would take it.
It's like when you are hungry and somebody shows you a picture of pizza, they say, hey, Kevin, this is pizza.
Yeah.
Right? So how are you going to eat that picture? You cannot eat that picture, right? So I understand. Yeah, I think that is the biggest challenge all of us are facing. Not only you, everybody, but I'm sure being a college student, you need hands-on experience, because that hands-on experience does that. Well, that's one of the reasons why we would like your voice to come out, so that we can let the political people, let's put, or the bureaucratic people of this country can understand, and also the regular people to understand that COVID is a dangerous disease, and we all need to be careful. So if we try to fight this, then we have to be careful, because when it started in February, I know you guys started, getting out of the school from March onwards. Everybody thought maybe it will be a couple of months. But look, from March, today is almost the end of October. So nothing has changed. Everybody's still going through Zoom. A lot of people are dying in the United States right now. We have over 7 million people got affected. So I understand what you're going through. The second question is, and the whole purpose of this show is in the morning, and this Voice of the Kids and my website, that I am very much into giving and helping the juveniles, those who are incarcerated, those who are coming out of the incarceration from the prison, to give them a second chance. Okay, because God has given us a second chance. Why can't we give everybody the second chance? So what do you think? What do you like to see a juvenile when they come out of the prison? What do you think they should be given, or what do you think they should be facilitated by?
So someone close to me actually got out, and I've seen them struggle to find jobs and all that. So I believe that everyone deserves, like you said, a second chance. And since they've gone through the system of, the incarceration, that should show that they are willing to change since they've gone through all of it. And there should be programs established for these people that like help them start somewhere and then build up from there.
Excellent. Actually, you know what, Kevin? The government has program for them to do it, but nobody really holds their hand and takes them through the program. That is the challenge. Okay, because when you are coming out of the jail, all they see is rejection. Nobody's there. Do you think it will change their life if they see either you or me or the friend you just said, who got out? If they would have seen you sitting outside the door or the gate of the prison in a car, okay, and welcoming them, hugging them, and tell them that, hey, enough is enough. You did do the correction. So now come on, I will help you. Okay. Nobody does that to them, because once they are incarcerated, everybody rejects them. Everybody thinks, oh my God, they are outcast. Okay. We reject them. But that is why we see today in United States, based on the statistic, there are many kids, many juveniles, when they come out, they commit suicide. The suicide level is very high in juvenile ratio only because they do not get a second chance. I really appreciate, Kevin, of you letting your young generation to know that everybody should get a second chance. And thank you. Gary, you need to add anything to Kevin? You need to ask anything to Kevin? He's a bright kid.
He is a bright kid. I just want to say thank you for your input. We hope that this COVID thing goes away soon and you can continue with your education and do a good job. And hey, we want you to contribute to society like we all are trying to now. Listen, if you want to be a guest like Kevin was, please join us at contactk.com. That's contactk.com. And we're on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thank you very much. And we'll talk.